Howdy, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist Nikki Kanakis bringing you your Wednesday edition of FSU weather. Right now, we've been warming up from that last week that we had that was super cold. We had icicles on fountains, and now it's 74 degrees. What a stark difference. And there's a little bit of a wind as well. Right now, in the future couple of days, as you could see, there's some rain going by, and it's going to be in the 70s still for the next few days, so really appreciate that. Maybe it'll get colder in the next few days, maybe it won't. We'll just have to see and find out. Tomorrow it's going to be 72, and there's going to be some showers in the afternoon, so just make sure you're prepared when you're going out to class. If you have some afternoon classes, that you bring an umbrella and that you are just prepared for any type of weather. And tonight, heavy rainfall and flooding in parts of the nation, particularly the southeast. Will the cold come back? And this weekend, we are traveling to Baltimore. All that and more on FSU weather.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the FSU edition of FSU weather. Here we are looking at Doak Campbell Stadium. We're sitting at a nice 74 degrees. Like Nikki mentioned, it's a huge jump from those freezing temperatures we had earlier this week and last week. But right now we're sitting actually at our record at 80 degrees as our high, and 63 was our low today. Our average is around 64, so it was definitely warmer than usual out here in Tallahassee and really the entire Big Bend region. Up here in Thomasville, Georgia, we are at 72. Down on the coast in Apalachicola, we are at 66 degrees, sitting partly cloudy throughout the entire area. Now, if you had been around outside lately, our dew points are showing the humidity that we have been feeling. 65 in Monticello, 66 in Quincy, 64 in Tallahassee. We are sitting high 60s for those dew points, which is really close to our temperature, hence those really muggy conditions we are feeling. Tallahassee does have a slight wind right now, same with Quincy, 7-8 mile per hour winds, but really not too much is helping with the warm weather we are experiencing. For our storm outlook, we are looking at non-severe for most of this Tallahassee, Madison, Valdosta area, but we could see some marginal threats of severe storms in Mariana and more to the west of Florida and Alabama area. On day 3, though, we all should come back to that non-severe weather. For the local radar, we see really not too much going on right now. It was a lot of ground clutter, as you can see. We don't have many showers popping up quite yet, but that chance will increase as we go into tonight. Tonight, we do have some of those storms blowing through. Most of them should make it out of the way before tomorrow morning, but on your way to class tomorrow, the next few days, I definitely recommend bringing an umbrella. But for tomorrow, we will be sitting around 74 degrees, 70 all across the region. Here's a look at our percentages and our inches of how much rain we could get. Up in Mariana, Florida, where we do have that marginal risk, it is at 2.16 inches of rain predicted. But overall, we're sitting pretty low as far as precipitation. For tonight's lows, Tallahassee's low is 66, and really low 60s near the coast and high 60s up in Thomasville, Valdosta, Bainbridge. We are sitting in those 60-degree conditions, which is definitely a lot warmer than what we felt last week with our lows in the 20s. For the week ahead, expect a lot of rain. Saturday and Sunday could get a little bit sunnier, but as far as Thursday and Friday here in Tallahassee, we will be seeing a lot of rain. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, though, the start of your next week, it is going to be chillier and sunnier. Now I'm going to pass things off to Nikki to take a look at Florida.
Yes, it is looking pretty nice in Florida. Every day the sun sets a little bit later, and I get a little bit happier because I really hate when the sun sets at 5 p.m. But right now it's 6 o'clock and the sun's still setting over Jacksonville, which I really appreciate. It has been a warm day in Florida, as I have said, 75 all the way down in Key West, but even hotter in the middle of Florida. 80 in Tampa, that is quite a bit of a scorcher, especially for January, which I honestly don't like. I was really enjoying those cooler temperatures last week. But if you go up into the Panhandle, 63 in Pensacola. So if you really are still chasing that cold, you should maybe take a little road trip to Pensacola this weekend. Right now, our dew points are looking pretty nice, pretty moderate, but still a little bit muggy because, it's Florida. Actually, it was kind of wet outside today. I would have to say in Tallahassee at least, 64, 67 in Tampa, 69 in West Palm Beach, and all the way up to 72 in Key West. Our radar, you can see not much happening in Florida, but if we take a little peek in the corner in the southeast, we might be seeing a lot of rain over there, which we will be talking about later in the show. But right now, Florida is looking pretty nice. The SPC storm outlook, day one, it's going to be non-severe around the panhandle, but as I said, as we get out there, it's going to be a bit more marginal, more rain out in the other parts of the southeast. And as we go into a few days from now, it's starting to creep over towards us, so we might be seeing some rain in the next few days. Right now in Pensacola, it's honestly probably the nicest place in Florida right now. It is going to be, well, honestly not that nice, raining. If you really like the rain, want to curl up with a good little book in your house, it is a great time to do that. But the temperatures will be nice, but the rain kind of negates the whole it being nice temperature-wise thing. In Jacksonville, it is going to be very warm, a bit of a scorcher, 82 degrees, January. I really can't get over that. I'm going to keep mentioning it. In Tampa, if you're going to Gasparilla this weekend, if you're getting ready to go out with your mateys, it's going to be pretty toasty. I know in past years, people have been bundling up for Gasparilla, but this one, it's going to be very nice. So really appreciate that. Soak in the sun with your friends and go walk down the Tampa River Walk. It should be an excellent time. If you're going to see the mouse this weekend at Disney World, it should be honestly an awesome weekend to do that. It is going to be sunny, not a lot of rain, and honestly just really nice temperatures, so I would definitely go out with your family, do some stuff this weekend. It's going to be a great weekend, and as we go down into Miami, of course, it's always warm there. I can't imagine it being anything other than 80 degrees there. So pretty typical stuff, and in the next couple of days, you can see we're getting up to 5 inches of rain up a little bit out of Florida, but towards the north, it's going to be very wet. And tonight, it's going to be nice, very moderate. And for tomorrow, again, it's going to be another hot day. But let's talk more about rain, since we will be getting that in the next few days on the, oh my gosh, no, I lied. Oceana, let's see the National.
For the National, we are looking just as warm as the rest of Florida here. We are sitting at some of our record areas highs for the end of January. In Detroit, we're seeing a high of 39. We're seeing more rain in the northeast for right now, but overall, we're sitting pretty warm for this time of year all around the area. A lot more moisture is in the southeast region, but more so the Midwest and the west of the United States is still pretty dry. However, we will have a warm front coming through that is going to push a lot of that moisture up into these regions. So here is that warm front that I'm speaking of. It's bringing a lot of that rain here through Tallahassee, Atlanta that you will be seeing. That's a lot of that rain that we're discussing right now, and especially up here in the Chicago region and all through New York, we are seeing a lot of rain due to this low pressure here. We do have a stationary front up here, but that's just going to hang out for a little bit while longer. But overall, we are having some high pressure in most of the western region of the United States, hence those really dry dew points. So for the outlook, most of our severe storms will be happening here in the southeast. Ranging down to Houston, Dallas, we could see some marginal risk, but really nothing enhanced at all. It's really just something to keep an eye on is that marginal risk of severe thunderstorms, so that lightning. So if you are in these regions mentioned, really anywhere in the southeast, including Kentucky, Tennessee, Louisiana, all of these areas are under a non-severe or marginal risk of severe storms. By day 3 days from now, Friday, we will be at a non-severe for the entire area. Some active alerts. So this area right here in the southeast is experiencing some droughts, as you'll see in the coming slides. So right now, all that rain is going to cause some warning for flood, so definitely keep an eye on that. We have more of a dense fog warning here in the Midwest, but really the main thing to look out for here is that flood watch and warning right here in the Atlanta region all the way down to Houston if you are in that line of areas. Our drought monitor, just like I had mentioned, so here we are seeing extreme to exceptional drought in Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi. So a lot of that rain that's coming in with that warm front is also going to bring some flooding. So that's also something that you definitely want to look out for if you are driving or traveling through these regions. Some other regions though, like El Paso and anywhere in New Mexico, Arizona, you are still seeing some droughts and not a whole lot of relief is coming. 72-hour rainfall forecast shows that most of our rain is going to be right here in the southeast, like I had mentioned earlier. These red spots could see 3 to 5 inches, and that is a lot of rain, hence the flood warnings that we keep mentioning, because that is definitely something that is dangerous and definitely something to keep an eye on. Right here we do have in the Midwest up to 1.5 inches of rain, but still because of these drought conditions, 1.5 inches could cause warning for flood. Over here in the western regions, we could see up to 1/2 inch, but over here in Seattle and Oregon, we do have some of those red areas, which means 3 to 5 inches of rain in the next 72 hours, so definitely keep an eye on that. Overall for tonight, we are seeing some low 30s in the north and some 60s. We're pretty much remaining just as warm tomorrow in the rest of the United States as we are today. But I'm passing things off to Nikki to see what's going on here in Tallahassee.
All right. Lifestyle, we got a lot of stuff to do here as always. If we're taking a look over at like Bradford, we're seeing maybe the tiniest bit of a sunset, but it's pretty cloudy. Or if you're playing some sports at the Sportsplex, maybe some soccer, maybe some ultimate frisbee, it's going to be actually an excellent night for that, but the fields might be kind of wet. It's been pretty muggy out today, so just watch out. Maybe wear your cleats if you're going to play outside. Childs High School, honestly, very pretty out right now. Maybe some sports going on, soccer perhaps. It's a great day to go out and watch a game for sure. In the next couple of days here, though, you better get those outdoor activities in quick, because that rain is coming in quick in the next day or so. So just watch out for that. Make sure you always have your umbrella, your raincoat when you're going out. I always keep mine in my car just in case. If you like to sing like me, Country Roads, it is a great night to do that because it will be raining. So it's good to stay inside and sing with your pals. My go-to karaoke song, you will never guess. It may or may not be Country Roads by John Denver. If you're going to study tonight, which I will be doing, I'm more of a Dirac girl myself, but if you're going to Stroger, it's going to be 68 degrees outside. I don't think the weather will be much different if you walk a couple of feet to Dirac, so don't have to worry about anything there, but make sure if you're leaving kind of late that you have an umbrella or a jacket with you. Tomorrow, when you're gearing up to go to class, bright and early in the morning, it's going to be honestly awesome outside. Finally, we can start wearing shorts to class again. I've had a difficult time having to put on all my layers before I go to class in the morning, so it should be nice being able to walk out in whatever I want. And it just depends on how you feel about 72. I know a lot of people here think 72 is cold, but I think it's very beautiful. If you're going to women's basketball in Syracuse tonight, it might be a little bit too late for you to leave now and make it on time, but if you're already there, excellent. It's going to be a little bit chilly. Make sure you do have your jacket if you're going to be in Syracuse. If you're walking your dog in the morning, it's going to be excellent conditions. Your dogs will like it. They will not have to burn their little paws on the concrete, which I really love for them. In the airport, I know a lot of people in meteorology are going to Baltimore in the next coming days, so definitely make sure to be aware. It's going to be very good coming out of Tallahassee, but right now there are some delays in Atlanta. You can see there might be some rain out there, so make sure you're paying attention to that. Tonight, moderate temperatures. It's going to be a beautiful night. Maybe just go outside and hang out with your friends, go to Township, go to College Town, go anywhere you want. And for the weekend, make sure you get your fun in before it starts to rain, but come Saturday, it should be all good. And I know I was a little bit ahead of myself earlier, but now we're going to talk about some rain. It's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, so now we're going to shift over and learn more about the rain and the flooding that we are going to be experiencing in the southeast that I mentioned 1,000 times because it is very important to know where you are going to see that rain. So here we have some of our little lingo that we use. We say isolated, widely scattered, scattered. These are important terms, but it is also important to know exactly what they mean.
Yeah, definitely. I know when you see that there's a 20% chance on your weather app, you're thinking, oh, it's probably not going to rain because there's only 20% chance it's going to rain, but it really means that it's going to rain in 20% of the area being covered. So that's always something to take into account when you're looking at the percentages and what that means.
Exactly. And so for the widespread, you can see a lot more of the area will be covered. So for our excessive rainfall outlook, like I had mentioned earlier, we are going to see a lot more in the Alabama-Mississippi coastal region. There could be a lot more on Thursday than Friday, but really in the next 24 hours, there's going to be a lot more in the southeast than anywhere else.
Yeah, there's going to be some excessive rain, and there has been quite a bit of drought going on in that area. So the excessive amounts of rain could cause flooding, flash flooding, and that could cause a lot of problems. So make sure maybe don't be driving out when it's raining because that could end poorly.
Exactly. So it's definitely important to keep note of where you are and what you are planning on doing each day as far as the rain is concerned. So this is the graphic that we wanted to show you, showing exactly what areas will be seeing the most rain. We see Mobile, Alabama, Tallahassee, and I think that's New Orleans. So
yeah, Tallahassee's gonna be seeing
a lot of rain in the next few days, basically. So if you are heading out to class, it is definitely important that you bring an umbrella, especially if you're in any of these regions, really, especially in the NOLA, Mobile, and Tallahassee, Pensacola areas.
Yeah. Turn around, don't drown.
Exactly.
Be safe.
We always say that. So now we're going to move on to Baltimore, Maryland, where a lot of us student meteorologists are heading for the AMS conference. Right now we are sitting cloudy there, but we are sitting at 45 degrees, which after what we've been experiencing in Tallahassee, this is nothing. We experienced a lot of sub-freezing temperatures last week, so right now it is pretty warm here. We're pretty much on average in Baltimore. For the day planner though, expect a lot more rain tomorrow, 80% chance, and around 59 degrees all day. 7 a.m. though, it's slower at 56, but really maxing out around 60 degrees. The dew points, we are a lot drier here than we are in Tallahassee, 39 degrees or 39 dew point in Baltimore. But honestly, if you do compare that to the high tomorrow of 59, it's a little bit more moist than they probably have been seeing in the past few weeks. But overall, across the area in Maryland, they are looking at high 39 of dew points. For the next few days, especially tomorrow, you saw that there was a lot of rain coming through. So definitely watch out if you are heading out there tomorrow night. If you have that flight tomorrow up to Maryland, then there will be just keep watching your flight and make sure that nothing is delayed due to all of this rain. Tonight, 56 in Baltimore as our high, Annapolis at 55, our lowest area being in Hanover at 50, but all across, if you see this right here, it is going to be rainy all through tonight and all through tomorrow. So definitely keep an eye on that if you are out and about. Friday, we are going to be the rainiest right now. So if you are traveling on Friday, not Thursday, that is also something to keep out for if you are looking to catch your flight. On Saturday, you're looking at a break from the rain, low of 47. It's going to be a temperature drop. But on Sunday, that is where our 90% sneaks in. So it is going to be extremely rainy on Sunday. So definitely watch out for that. If you are in Maryland, definitely watch out if there is going to be any flooding at all, or if there's going to be any need for an umbrella if you will be outside. Monday, we are at 40% chance of rain. So it's really just going to be a rainy weekend here in Baltimore. So if you are going to that conference, definitely bring your umbrella and your raincoats. We're going to move things on back to Tallahassee with Nikki.
Yep, we're going to do our closing local now. Another look over the stadium. The sun is setting. It is looking like it's probably a pretty good sunset. I kind of like it when there's some clouds in the sky when the sun is setting. It kind of makes it a cool effect. So definitely go out, take some pics, send it to our Instagram. It's going to be a super nice night. 72. The clouds are out, so maybe no stargazing tonight, but it is a great night to go out, maybe eat dinner outside, maybe have a little picnic in the dark, whatever floats your boat. If you're going around St. George Island to see the sunset, not a good sunset for the beach right now, but maybe another night coming up soon, and maybe after all the rain has passed. Sportsplex, of course, you're playing some sports tonight, it's going to look nice. And other places in the beach, I still wouldn't recommend a beach because it's pretty cloudy, but if you just want to hang at the beach, that's fine. Our radar, not much going on, maybe a little scattered something or other coming up, but nothing too serious. Right now, it is pretty mild outside. 74, really warmer than what we've been experiencing. As I've been saying, we've all been going out in sweatshirts. I bet a whole bunch of people went outside with their sweatshirt on today and then realized that it's warm outside and then had to take it off by the time they got to class. But as we go towards the coast, it's a little bit cooler with that breeze, 66 in Apalachicola. Tonight, it's going to be mild still, 66 in Tallahassee, 66 in Monticello. It's a little bit of a tongue twister to say 66 so many times, but if we go down to the coast, 64 in Sopchoppy, and as we go up north, it's still 66 in Bainbridge. If you're planning to go out tomorrow, just make sure that you're bringing your rain jacket to class. If you have some afternoon classes, it's going to be cloudy basically all day, but the temperatures will be nice. But of course, if you're going to that 120 to 235 and then you're walking home, you might get caught in the rain, so just watch out for that. And as we've been saying, that rain's going to be coming through quite a bit tomorrow and into the rest of the weekend, Thursday and Friday. So just make sure you're watching your radar, making sure that you're staying safe on the roads and bringing your jacket and your umbrella. Maybe go to the movies. It'll be a great time to go to the movies or read a book or do your homework like I need to do. Tomorrow it's going to be mild again, 72, pretty warm all the way up to 81 in Valdosta. Ooh, would not want to be there. I'm excited. I'm going to Baltimore this weekend, so it'll be an excellent time. And for the week ahead, after that rain comes through, some beautiful temperatures for the rest of the week, and we're going back down to 38 one of these nights. So just make sure you're staying prepared, knowing what to wear and whatnot. But let's close out the show over at the desk. Well, how do you feel about this weather today?
I am actually a little bit mad. I think that at the end of January we should be not this humid. But I'm glad to see that we're going down to 38 again next week.
I'm super excited. Yeah, I was really enjoying the freezing temperatures. I was putting a cup of water outside to see if it froze. That's my favorite activity.
I should have done that. But it was also so cool, like walking by the fountains and all the fountains were frozen. Like coming from South Florida, I know you are too. Yeah. You don't ever see that kind of thing, so.
No, it's definitely super cool. I went to a park and I saw like icicles on like trees and I was like, whoa, this is wild.
This isn't Florida. I love seeing that. But yeah, it is definitely warm up here right now. I was sweating on my walk home from class today because I wore sweatpants. Not a good move when it's humid and 82 degrees.
I had class outside this morning. I wore my jeans and a sweatshirt and I had to take the sweatshirt off immediately because I was very sweaty. Yeah,
so we are perfect examples of why checking the weather every single day is very important because things change really fast, as us meteorologists know.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a good weekend, though. You have any plans for this weekend?
I actually get to go to Gasparilla in Tampa, so I'm very happy to see, thanks to our forecast, that it is going to be sunny and warm, because usually it is very cold in Gasparilla.
Oh, yeah. I remember last year I had a lot of friends go, and they were very chilly the whole entire time, so it'll be a good change for them.
Well, I'm sure Maryland's going to be extremely cold.
I know. I was hoping for snow, but, you know, it is what it is. But
it is what it is.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter.
And Facebook at FSU Weather.
Yep, and make sure you're watching us on YouTube, which I know you are, but recommend it to your friends. I think your friends want to watch us talk about the weather every day.
And follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow us on TikTok as well. We might have posted a new one yesterday, so make sure you check that out. But I hope you have a great evening. I'm student meteorologist Nikki Kanakis.
And I'm student meteorologist Oceana Hayden, and have a great day.